When you start to lose the weight, a common trend is fear. People have a fear of gaining that weight back. You cannot cling to your results. This is what hindered me at the beginning, as I would see some results and I may not have as many carbs on my shock day as I should have. I may have had a cheat day turn into a cheat meal. I didn't really properly refeed my body because I was afraid to gain that few extra pounds each week. This proved to cause a detriment in my weight loss, as it really stalled my progress and eventually slowed my metabolism down to where I would have to repair it from scratch. This can take weeks, even a month, depending on how badly damaged the metabolism really is. Keep in mind, you got to gain weight to lose weight. And if you cling to every time you see results and you don't follow the program step by step, you may see yourself slowing down, getting off track, and overall overwhelmed. When I was losing weight and I was having a tough day, I would really focus on the six-pack that I wanted, the body that I wanted. So when I was doing a workout for that day, I wouldn't be thinking in short-term goals like, oh, well, I can miss this day and make it up tomorrow, because I always had my eye on the end goal and I never wanted to push that end goal back. And I knew if I skipped a day or if I turned one cheat day into too many cheat days, I would realize I'd be pushing that goal back. So the temporary pleasures of that day never trumped my end goal thinking. I never took my eye off the prize. So when it was cold and raining and I had to go to the gym and I didn't feel like it, I realized that if I really wanted to look how I wanted to look and to have what I wanted to have, I couldn't live in my feelings. I couldn't be dictated by my feelings. I had to apply discipline, persistence, and consistency each day to eventually get to my goals. I never wanted to have restricted eating patterns. I've never been good at doing a normal diet because I always liked having cookies. I always liked having pizza. I never really liked going out with my friends and watching them eat all the good food, and I had to restrict myself or not being able to drink alcohol. I always failed when it came to losing weight because what would happen is I would follow something like the Atkins diet or the ketosis diet, the same thing, just different wording. All of these diets that are low carbohydrate and really put a focus on restricting your food intake, I never did good at those because they were only sustainable for so long. I realized, and my excuse always was, my thinking was, do I want to be happy and fat or miserable and ripped? And I always gave myself that out because I would say, well, I guess happiness trumps everything. The point being is, I finally found a way to eat what I wanted. It's simple. You eat fewer meals to be able to eat the meals that you want. Some days I'll have one solid meal. That's my main protocol. And that meal can be literally anything I want. An entire pizza, hamburger and fries. You know, if I want to have a few beers with my friends, I can do that because I know that this program is not going to allow me to gain too much weight. But at the same time, when I quote unquote have a diet day where I really restrict what I eat on this type of program, which we all have those type of days where our willpower is ultra high, I'm going to lose way more fat than a normal person would. One of the key things that's going to hold you back is when it starts to get tough, you're going to find your quote-unquote boats to retreat to. In 1959, Captain Cortez landed in Veracruz to begin his great conquest. Upon arriving, he gave orders to his men to burn the ships. He said, if we're going home, it'll be in their ships. Retreat was no longer an option for his men. This gave them that extra courage to fight their hardest, knowing it was the only chance they had to survive. You must ask yourself, What are the boats that you retreat to? What are the excuses you fall back on when you think times are getting too hard? You may be a couple of months in and you haven't quite achieved the goals that you thought you were, not realizing a week to 2 weeks was when the magic was really about to happen. You have to really see it through. Be a fourth quarter player. Finish the game and don't make excuses. Burn the boats so when times get hard, you realize I'm in it no matter what. No matter what happens, I'm going to see this through and I'm going to reach my destination.